This is another two-parter, so to see what I'm talking about, you could go back and check the chain there. But the first part was essentially saying that Byleth and the player are just there to guide these characters through whatever route that you choose. Ultimately, they make the decisions. We are just helping them on that journey. Which is a really good point, and that any route, whenever Byleth isn't there, whoever doesn't have that extra guidance and support always ends up a little desperate, which always makes people act weird. Let's just put it that way. Let's put it the light way. They start acting odd when they get desperate. This is how you get Dimitri, who's just indifferent to his friends' lives. This is how you get Edelgard, who is completely locked up in her own echo chamber and will just not hear anyone else. Claude, again, is the stealthiest, the sneakiest, in the sense of, he doesn't overtly look like things are bad, but he does tend to be a bit more in the shadows than the other two, so it's not terribly surprising that his struggles and the way he expresses that desperation takes different forms, even in different routes. Even when you're going through the Blue Lions route, he willingly disbands the Alliance and hands things over to Dimitri, but that wasn't his dream. That wasn't actually what he wanted. This is part of his desperation to try to get some semblance of his dream through, even if he has to pass that off to Dimitri instead of seeing it through himself. And then, of course, there's the Black Eagles route where he just offers to disappear. And if you hurt my child, my sweet golden dear boy, I'm gonna cry forever. But essentially, it's everyone's individual choices. It's their decisions, ultimately, with Byleth guiding them. That's supposed to be the takeaway from that, is that each individual person that you could side with is going through their own decisions. I did leave out Rhea, but that's kind of because she never really listened to anybody. And I don't know that Byleth is like a stabilizing influence on her, because she doesn't really see Byleth as a person. Which kind of goes back to that comment of Byleth has their own trauma to work through. Like, they didn't really get formative years, so for those of you who are 18 and up, you can look back on your teenage years, your younger years in middle school and high school, and be like, wow, I was really finding stuff out, and it was a bit of a mess. Byleth didn't get that. Byleth never had that chance. Their mom died, their dad faked his death, and then they were just living on the road while Geralt grieved, and they just never got a chance to have, like, a soul or emotions or friends.